What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF, man, back with the halftime report. First one of the season, probably the only one of the season. But, man, halftime, Lakers started off really well to start the game. And then the second quarter, the rotations, combined with the referees, getting whistle happy. And us, honestly, we didn't rotate properly in that second quarter. We gave up too many wide open threes, layups. I mean, it was kind of ugly. Actually, we hadn't seen this in preseason, but we have some adjustments to make. That's the good news. The other part is I told you guys, if LeBron James and Anthony Davis are the only ones that show up, this game's going to be a bit harder, but we should still win it. I expect LeBron and AD to turn it up that much more. Now, I will tell you this. They don't have an answer for Anthony Davis. So if I'm Frank Vogel, I'm putting LeBron James and AD in a pick and roll and pick your poison. But I would just keep posting them up as well because they can't stop them. Our bench hasn't showed up yet. Dwight Howard hasn't had the same type of impact. He's been in foul trouble. JaVale McGee hasn't showed up. Avery Bradley's probably been the best bench player, maybe Troy Daniels a little bit. But we need these guys to step up. Now, they got to show us what they were showing us in preseason. I'm serious because the Clippers bench is looking solid right now. Like, no cap, no lie. The Clippers bench is looking really solid. Kawhi Leonard kept them in the game. He had pretty much a perfect second quarter. So all that's not going to happen in the third quarter and in the fourth. It shouldn't. My number one gripe, though, is why does Avery Bradley and all these cats get away with ticky-tack stuff and they're calling some crazy stuff on the Lakers? Like, seriously, that was a block from LeBron to Montrezl Harrell. Well, besides that, I'm not going to cry about referee calls. All I'm going to say is this. The Lakers second half, they have to do a couple of adjustments. Number one, Frank Vogel, we cannot let KCP guard Kawhi Leonard. He's too big, too strong. He's going to get to his spots. He's good under pressure as well. I mean, he's undersized. KCP cannot guard Kawhi. It needs to be Danny Green on him or LeBron or somebody with size. We have plenty of size. This is where I say Iguodala would be a perfect piece coming off the bench. See, because when we rested LeBron, when we rested Danny Green, KCP got destroyed by Kawhi Leonard. In the first quarter, we contained Kawhi really well. Now, that's what we have to do. The other person that's killing us, and I said this in the pregame, Lou Williams. We can't let both of those guys. We cannot let both of those guys continue to eat us up. Pick your poison. For Lou Williams, every time he goes left coming off of a screen or pick and rolls are killing us as well. We got to cut that off. We got to force him to shoot contested, drifting away jump shots and not foul. Now, I know it's very easier said than done. But seriously, KCP, he's doing a horrible job on Kawhi Leonard. I mean, he's doing the best he can, but the coach should have never left him out there on the island. Another thing I would recommend for the Lakers to do, yes, Mo Harkless hit a couple of threes, but am I going to bank on him to continue to do that for the rest of the game? No. So I would still continue to send the double to Kawhi Leonard and force somebody else to hit spot up contested jumpers. We need to rotate quick. So those are the adjustments we have to make. But like I said, I didn't see too much pick and roll between LeBron and AD. Most of it is isolation. I would like to see a little bit more pick and roll. And if you're going to isolate, make sure you isolate Anthony Davis. And isolate Anthony Davis and let him go to work because they don't have one single person that can stop him. JaVale McGee disappointed the crap out of me the first half. He needs to step his game up. Seriously. He had a horrible half. Defensively, he was all right. But offensively, man, like rolling and cutting, he needs to some of the entry passes he made were really, really sloppy, man. Like I said, AD, great half. Missed a couple of free throws, but nothing major. Great half. Keep feeding that beast. LeBron James, great half. Don't settle for far away three-point shots, though, because we have the advantage inside. Continue to pound it inside. We should be all right. And defensively, we have to take the ball out of Kawhi Leonard's hands and force somebody else. Let what's that guy's name? Patrick Bum, whatever his name is. Let that guy be the one that beats you from beyond the arc or contested shots. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be Lou Williams or Kawhi Leonard. Try to take the ball out of those two guys' hands. Jermichael Green, those guys aren't going to knock down consistent shots. They might get lucky with a couple, but they're not going to knock down consistent shots. You don't want to leave Kawhi Leonard on the island or, let Lou Williams get to sweet spots because that's where he knocks down shots. Those are the two keys. If we do that, we will win. However, I was extremely disappointed with the defensive effort in the second quarter. We need to play a lot better. Danny Green, anytime, see, my thing with Frank, and it's just the first game of the season, so I'm not going to go too hard, but anytime that Kawhi Leonard is coming out to the game, you bring out Danny Green or Avery Bradley, anybody other than KCP. Do not let KCP get cooked because this is the problem that Luke Walton had last season. he kept letting the same mismatch get cooked over and over and over and over again. And that's how we ended up losing games down the stretch. So hopefully Coach Frank Vogel can make that adjustment. Also, that challenge he had, I wish he would have saved it a little for the end of the game, but it did save a bucket, so I wasn't mad at it. Other than that, the Clippers just making some crazy shots. I mean, Kawhi Leonard, how many fadeaways did he hit, right? So I don't expect that to continue to happen, but if he gets hot enough, he can. So we have to continue to send doubles at him. Just send doubles, man. They don't have enough shooters. We have more shooters. We hit some wide open shots. I'm very happy with the shooting. We need to continue to move the ball around, rotating, and get some wide open shots. KCP, we know what he is. He's a wild card. You just don't know what he's going to give him. So for those of you guys that are trashing KCP right now, just give him a shot, man, because he could come up clutch and hit some big shots down the stretch of the game. I know it sounds like comedic relief, right, coming from me, because I've been really hard on KCP. But we're going to need every single person, especially without Caruso in the game, without Rondo. This is where we also miss Rondo's playmaking. We saw the ball get stagnant when the bench came in, and we went on a dry spell. Rondo, he continues to make the offense be fluid. That's where we miss Rondo. See, so for those that trash Rondo, this is when we miss him. Kuzma, we could have used him, I know, but he should be close. So I'm not worried about Kuz right now. Hopefully he comes back next game or the one after that. But all in all, guys, we're down 8 points. We should be up 8 points at least. The way we played that first quarter, our bench didn't sustain it. Once our bench came in, Doc Rivers is very strategic, man. One thing I will give him, as much of a prick as he is, one thing I give him is he's very strategic. He brought in Kawhi. I don't understand why Frank Vogel didn't bring in, either Danny Green or somebody who's more capable. But that's what's killing us, man. Kawhi Leonard, Lou Williams did their thing in the first half. We need to take at least one of them away, and the other one we need to force them to hit harder shots. So that's the key, guys. What do you guys think, though, so far? Are you guys hitting the panic button? I'm not going to lie. I was a little anxious watching that because we started off so well, and then all of a sudden it went south. But see, those are shades of last season. We can't have that. We got to be a consistent ball club. We got to consistently play. The way we started the first quarter, we should have ended the second quarter. We can't have those dry spells. We had a horrible dry spell when they went on a 12-0 run. Can't have that. If we're going to compete for a championship, we got to nip that in the butt. But, of course, it's a long season. It'll happen once in a while. But not versus these Clippers, man. I refuse to lose to these bums. All right? So, third quarter, we got to come in with that high energy, keep feeding the beast that is Anthony Davis, play LeBron James and AD in pick and rolls, even LeBron and JaVale. Let's use our size because they don't have none down there. Let's use it. And let's make sure that the passes we make are secure passes. Don't throw it in there when they have their hand out like this. Don't do that. So let's see. Questions. What actually happened, Dan? Was it or bench? Was it our bench? It wasn't all fully our bench. Our rotation, like I said, we messed up. We allowed Kawhi Leonard to cook KCP for way too long. And then once he got into rhythm, now he was hitting contested shots and all that. That's what Kawhi Leonard does. We got to respect him as an offensive threat now. Ever since winning the championship last year, because he showed that, right? So before he was mainly a defensive threat, and he would get his buckets here and there. But now he's a primary target. So what we have to do is we have to send doubles at him, force him to scramble on the offense, and hopefully get some deflections here and there, get out in transition, and do work, right? But there's still plenty of game left, guys. We got to turn this around. This is unacceptable. It's our first game. Let's get it. He said, let's see the jersey. It's the LeBron James one, man. It's the LBJ one with the black strip on the side. It's pretty dope, huh? Dudley's a good shooter. He'll knock down a couple. But I'll tell you this, man. Lakers have to make those adjustments. Any questions, guys? Would you have Bradley, Mirror, Lou Will the rest of the game? I mean, personally, me, I'm not allowing KCP to get burned off of screen and rolls and stuff like that. What I'm doing is, I trap Lou Williams as much as I can. I know he's going to draw some fouls out of that. The NBA is extremely soft, right? So he's going to try to draw some fouls, flop. They're giving him all the calls. That's another thing. The refs were trash the first half. But that's not an excuse for how bad we play defensively. We need to amp that up. Even LeBron kind of froze on some of the rotations. We need to see that, talk about it instead of, be about it instead of talk about it, LeBron. Then we need some wing defenders. I'm telling you, Iguodala would be perfect. But I think Kuzma's length would have been sweet as well in this game. But again, it's just one half, man. Let's not hit the panic button just yet. Let's see if they make the proper adjustments. Let's see what Frank Vogel does. Hey, thank you, Pedro. I appreciate you, bro. He said love. Yeah, it's all love, man. He said Kawhi is good, we'll say. Oh, of course, we know he was good. He's not the best, though. He's definitely not the best. He just got hot in that second half. You know, he got hot in the second half, and we let him get going. Of course, come on, man. If you throw KCP on LeBron, he's going to eat too, right? If he was on the opposite team. So hopefully, coach doesn't show me the same, defensive coaching strategy in the second half. Daniels was solid. He had a couple of shots. He had a little teardrop in the lane. I like what I'm seeing out of Daniels, but we need somebody else from the starting lineup. Now, I mentioned this in pregame. Somebody else has to step up. It's either got to be JaVale McGee, Avery Bradley, or Danny Green. One of them has to give me at least 15 points. One of them to take some pressure off of LeBron and AD, because right now they're carrying. And what happens when they carry, your offense can get predictable, and now all of a sudden they're double teaming, trying to bother AD shot and all that, right? We can't allow Patrick Beverley to go from one end of the court to the other and try to strip Anthony Davis, right? We can't allow that. He could even injure him the way he plays. He's a dirty player. So in order to keep him on his side, whenever they double, we have to kick it out and they have to knock down shots. That's what I'm saying. These guys need to step up. Avery Bradley was solid, but we need more. We need more from the rest of the players. He said LeBron and AD need to play together at all times. Yeah, a little bit more pick and roll would be solid. I'll tell you that. We didn't see too much pick and roll between the two, but it's pick your poison when you put those two and pick the roll. Same thing with JaVale. I want to see them in more screen and rolls. They have no answers for us down there. He said refs are rigging it. Yeah, too many BS foul calls. Yeah, but, I'm kind of become accustomed to that, man. I mean, you can really never get used to it, but you kind of get used to it, to seeing them blow the whistle against us all the time. So we have to play swimming against the current all the time. We got to get out of our heads, right? Dan, we need a tough defender like PJ Tucker to guard Kawhi. Look, I'm not going to go into trade talk, none of that. It's only one game. All I will say is that Kawhi, the starter, comes in. Danny Green, the starter, needs to be in. That's what I need to see. He said, was the crowd booing the Clippers? Absolutely. It's Laker town, Laker City all day. They booed him in the introductions. They booed him at the free throw line. And, slap in the face to the wannabe Clipper fans. MVP chants for LeBron James. You'll never hear an MVP chant for another player in Staples Center when the Lakers have the home court, when it's painted Lakers on the ground. It's always Laker home court. Oh, yeah, of course. This is going to be a ball game for sure. Now, we could have blown them out, but we didn't have a consistent second quarter. So now we gave them hope. Now they're going to try to make it a battle the whole game. The refs helped as well. But we need to switch that back around. He said, what you drinking, Dan? Not a thing, bro. Not tonight. Not tonight, man. I'm focused, bro. I had to do halftime and all that, so no drinking for me tonight. He said, yeah, LeBron by himself without Kuzma isn't all that well. No, it's not even that. LeBron's doing what he can. What do you have, like 13 and 5? I mean, he did his thing. AD did his thing as well. We need the rest of the role players. This is why we brought him, to take some pressure off of those guys, right? Because guys like Beverly, they get away with fouls. Yet, LeBron gets called for a block, for a foul on that block shot where he blocked what's his name, Montrezl Harrell. And I can't stand Reggie Miller biased commentating on TNT, bro. It's so annoying. Sometimes I have to mute him. I get pissed off. I feel you, man. But hey, hot and spicy, bro. Hang in there. I have a feeling we're gonna get this one. We just have to make the proper adjustments, and hopefully we get that. Jazz on Friday. Yeah, that one's gonna be really tough as well. That one's gonna be extremely tough. He said we need JaVale McGee to step up big time. Big time. He was almost non-existent in the first half. We need him to be a presence in the paint. He said, are you worried like I am? I'm only worried if we go into the third quarter and they don't make the proper adjustments. Now, I'm not sure when the game's starting because I can't see the TV from here. So let me know, guys, if the game's starting so I can get off. Now, I can't see the TV from here. He said, Magic traded Lou Williams. Why? Because at the time we were rebuilding, man. I'm not mad at that. It is what it is. Is it starting now? All right, guys. That's going to wrap it up for the halftime. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys post-game. Hopefully we can celebrate a victory, man. Let's get it. Let's get it, guys.